Alright, we're back again. Well, time to work on a few things that help keep the bills paid around here. This is a friend of mine's bike that I did some work for a few years ago, and well, he actually bought me 3 bikes, but this is the first one and probably the best one out of the group, and this is a 1986 Yamaha tt350. Good bike. They're a little rare here in the U.S. I guess overseas they're a little bit more popular. But this is a pretty good bike. It's in decent shape. And we're going to bring you along for getting this guy put back together and getting it back on the road. So, get it here. I've got everything here. There's 3 boxes up here. 3 or 4 boxes full of everything, apparently, to put this guy back together. Somebody started this rebuild restoration. That's why the top end's off of it. It does have a small oil leak down there. Got to figure out where that's coming from. But, you know, just kind of needs a little TLC on everything, you know. It's really not in that bad a shape, but, you know, anytime a bike's been sitting this long, she needs a little love, you know. And I have not been through any of this stuff yet. And of course, you know, anytime you get an engine like this, you always ask yourself, why? Why did this happen? Why did somebody tear into it? Was it just strictly just to do a rebuild and refresh? Was there a problem with it? Why did they stop? Why did it not go any further than this? You know, because the bike's always worth more together than it is in pieces. But some of the stuff here, well, and this thing here looks like we got a full gasket set for it, which is good. That's probably the center case gasket. You know, this guy was definitely doing a rebuild. There's a nice brand new Clark tank for it, which is good. Let's see what's in big box. Number 1. Alright. So look, it got the head, which has a couple of the valves out of it. Oops. Not good. Funky carbs. It's kind of a weird power valve kind of scenario. So the carb on the left is your main carb. The carb on the right, and you can see this, the carb on the left is a standard cable pull carb. And the carb on the right is a CVT carb, constant velocity, which means it, you know, operated on vacuum pressure. So what ends up happening is I think the main carb is used for a little while, and the, you know, through like, you know, 0 throttle to probably half throttle, and then as the pressure builds up, the vacuum pressure builds up, it starts opening up the carb on the right to give you more fuel. I know Honda, in the Honda carbs, they just use a like a power valve kind of scenario that opens up a secondary valving system in the carb that brings more fuel in. But I'll play with that. You know, I'm a Honda guy. My first time messing with it, yeah, I mean, I've messed with some Yamahas before, but never a tt350. So, just looking at all the stuff, just a bunch of hardware in here. So there's one of our valves. There's the other one. Valve seals. Some kind of seal. Engine mounts. Okay, those are for the valves. Valves. Head bolts on here. What do we got here? Looks like a set of brakes. Okay. I think I'm going to put you guys in the stand for this one so I don't make you guys sick. Well, this is a seat that's got a new cover. Foam's in good shape, just needs to be put together and stapled on there. Good looking seat. You say, what the heck is in here? Okay. Cams. Didn't even look, but yes, it is a dual overhead cam. Oil lines, cam caps, valve cover, valve seals. Okay. Cam tensioner. Okay, well, that's definitely a box we're going to need soon, because the first thing we're going to do to this thing is assess the engine, because we got to get that going first. You know, the rest of the bike is, you know, just making it pretty. You know. Ooh. Decent looking exhaust, muffler, header. Always a good thing to have. Well, this box is really just full of all the side plastics and stuff like that. So, put that back in there. That's that in there. And that needs to go in there. So, nothing too crazy exciting, except I got a new magnetic tray out of it. This is just some hardware for the body. Well, it's always nice to have another one of these laying around. But yeah, nothing too exciting in the boxes. Yeah, I would really love to have, you know, I hate getting engines like this when they're half torn apart, because you just never know. At least when it's together, you can do a compression test on it, a leak down test on it, you know, kind of go over everything. You know, I can see a little bit of the orange death right here. It doesn't look too bad, but that's just for the oil filter. It doesn't look like the case has ever been split. You know, a lot of times you can tell, or at least get an idea. But it just sucks when they're taken apart like this. You know, did you lose stuff? This, that. It's just always nice to be able to check it for yourself first. And like I said, just kind of get an idea of where she's at. I think for this, I am going to take the engine out of it. I've been debating on whether or not to take the time to do that. It's so much easier to put an engine together like this when it's on a workbench. But my workbench is full of tools right now. I need to put some stuff away from my last project and start making some space for myself. We'll get this guy out of here and start, you know, seeing if we can't figure out where that oil leak's coming from. Start putting it back together. You know, we're gonna do clutches on it. Hopefully, gonna do all the oil seals on it. You know, obviously we'll get a new filter, all new gaskets from here up. The cylinder doesn't look like it's in bad shape, but it hasn't been honed or anything. But it did look like they put a new base gasket on. So they put a new base gasket on without, I don't know if they put rings on it. You know, that's the thing. You just don't know what they did or they didn't do. I did not see any new rings in the boxes. So yeah. But we'll check all that. You know, we'll check the ring gaps, all that kind of stuff. You know, it just, you know, and just go from there. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. And this is, you know, part one of, I don't know, probably at least 2 or 3 parts, you know. And like I said, thanks for watching. You know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave your comments. Have any of you guys ever had a bike like this? You know, had the tt350? Let me know what you think of it. I have never personally seen one, you know, up close. So it'll just be interesting to see how well she runs. I mean, she's going to need fork seals, all kinds of stuff. But I think this is going to be a fun build. And I think she's going to rip once it's all said and done. So again, thanks for watching, and see you in a bit.